I'm kind of excited. Just like y'all, I'm kind of excited this year. All this stuff that we have is Dan's stuff with Ron and all this. It's all this garbage that is about to go. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad for Sam, but literally, Sam might not be here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players are not gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? And Ron and all of it, everything is gonna be washed away, and we starting over. I didn't think we were this deep into a rebuild, but we are. We're really in a rebuild. This ownership, that's a lot of people were upset about Josh Harris. Why y'all not getting rid of Ron? This and that, man, because he's waiting to see how it all goes, and he knows he's going to throw it all away and put all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited.
Yep.
Well, and that answers that. I mean, that you just segued perfectly into the next question. Does anybody stay? Do we retain any of the coaches? No, you're good. That's perfect though, because I mean, I think kind of the consensus is that it is everybody's job is on the line. Everybody's on the way out. But let's be honest. What do we do with EB? Like EB hasn't done enough, in my opinion, to where other teams are clamoring to get this guy. I don't think he's any different as far as where teams on teams' radars as he was before he came in, because just as well as he might have done for us, we've all mentioned how he kind of held us back. So that would be the number one name to come to my mind that we potentially keep. But realistically, is there anybody that we're saying, you know what, let's keep this guy. Let's keep these guys to help with continually work with Sam, or even just to help at all? Now I'm gonna throw it to anybody because we've all kind of said.
I don't think so. I think they've seen enough. I think it's all, again, these coaches, they're putting in Jacoby Brissett to save their jobs for, that's what I believe. I do think Eric Bieniemy found a head coach. Somebody's going to grab him. I'm pretty sure they like how he is, his intensity and, the type of guy. I mean, a lot of respected. He's really respected from Kansas City. Mainly, he ain't gonna be really respected too much over here. They're probably gonna see what he did with Sam, with how many yards he has gotten. Coaches or GMs will definitely see that. But I think it's all gone. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think no coaches, the GM, who's our guy, Martin Mayhew, I think is it. What is it? Yeah, he's gone. Everything. It's gonna be a whole clean house, man. That's what I believe.
Yeah, what you think, man? You think we keep any of the current coaches on the
I'm sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, bro. No, I honestly, if we do keep any, it would be EB, because I mean he's only been here a hot second. Right. To me, I think EB has some. I think the way he calls games needs some improvement. Like I really do. Like it's. There, like there's no way you should be like throwing damn near 90% of the time. And I understand that's a lot of our offense. I understand we don't move the ball unless we do. I do. I do. But especially if we get another rookie up in here, like a actual rookie next year to come in here and play, and you're throwing every time, you're not doing that guy any service. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Confidence, and he's going to be losing, and he's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be playing soft. They're going to be playing off the ball. Like that's not a way to play football. Like it really isn't. And to me, it's just like if they knew that that's what he was going to do coming here, they probably wouldn't have hired him. It was exciting. We loved it. Like I loved it too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I was very excited about it, but you just don't. This is not the way to call football games, especially for a young quarterback.
Yeah, no, absolutely will. And I mean, to Ab's point, EB isn't part of the Rivera regime. He wasn't brought in years ago with Rivera. He was brought in just this last year. He only has this 1 year. It would almost benefit him to stay and maybe continue to work with somebody and continue to bolster his resume. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? Is he on the way out, or does he need to continue to put tape I mean, not tape out there, but
What if the answer is he does need to put tape out there? What if we talked about why is this move being made? EB puts Jacoby in for the next 2 games. The offense hums, and he can say, wasn't my fault. 4-13 wasn't my fault.
Right.
I was working with a guy who just couldn't process quick enough. He couldn't see the field. Look what happened when I had a veteran quarterback, whether that's in Washington or elsewhere.
Right.
There is a chance that Jacoby playing well is basically an indictment of Sam and of the coaches saying, listen, we allowed this to happen, but look what we actually could do. So I say all that, and obviously Ab said it right. If anybody's going to be retained, it probably would be Bieniemy if we were to have a defensive coach come in here.
Right.
But it's still like I don't want to see that happen. Ab, you're saying right. The play calling that he's done has just not made sense to me. At first, in the beginning of the season, I liked how much we were passing it. It's like that is the new NFL. If it's 3rd and 2, I'm good with throwing the ball. I'm not good with throwing the ball 10 yards downfield. That's not what I'm looking for, but passing, I'm not against that. But look back to, I didn't think we were going to have the train wreck of the season we did, because we were able to win 7-8 games with a guy like Taylor Heineke running our offense. I figured and Sam Howell's a better quarterback than Taylor Heineke. He's a much more competent passer. So I'm like, well, if we just mimic what we did last year, we got to be winning 7, 8, 9 games. Right. And we threw that whole script out. And, we were a running team. And Ron just turned this entire offense over to Eric Bieniemy and just said, you do it. Whatever you do, whatever you call is your thing. Whereas last year, he came in and said, we're not running the ball enough. We need to run the ball enough. Run the ball more. Remember Martin Mayhew in January say our identity at offense is to run the ball, and run the ball. And then we run the ball, and then we again. And we didn't do that this entire season, and that would have benefited Sam quite a lot, a young quarterback. But, I look at EB and say, well, this is your offense. Your offense can't run the ball. Your offensive line is not good. That everyone knows that. But last year's offensive line wasn't good either, but they ran the ball. They were effective with the ball. They played ball control. You were reckless out there. The play calls are just not making sense unless we needed a veteran who can process quicker. And that's what EB's offense is he needs a quicker processing quarterback who can see things faster. So maybe in these next 2 games, this will kind of be like EB's redemption. I'm not seeing it happen. I'm not rooting for that, but I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
Right.
Yeah. And that's definitely a possibility. I mean, and I've told you this multiple times, Alex. I think I've told you this. There are times when it feels like EB is calling plays as if Patrick Mahomes he's still in Kansas City and he still has Patrick Mahomes and that offense.
Right.
Where it's kind of like you're doing things that you kind of already know that you're comfortable with the quarterback already knowing the checks and everything. And you talk about Brissett being in here at an older, quarterback that's been around the league and he could pick up potentially more on these offenses a little quicker than Sam. So I agree. I think EB does need to prove that he can still do it. Prove that he's not the issue, because I don't think, and I've been talking to other people about this, is that I don't think, everybody before the season was saying, EB, well, they didn't want him as a coach, but they're asking why he wasn't getting picked up as a coach. And then with us, they were immediately like, oh, well, he's already your guy. He's already the next guy. He's your guy. And I'm like, you guys aren't even seeing that he's not – he's still struggling over here. A lot of what we're doing, like you were saying, Ab, is on him. When we have a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1, and both plays we line up in the shotgun, the first play we run a fade route, and the second play we run a counter – these long developing plays, something is not right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with this bum-ass offensive line. Like,
But that's my point. What did we all say? Kansas City was the number 1 screen team in the league after he left. That's what we thought we were getting. These quick little screens, these little bubble things, all these things that we're going to have high efficient passes and opportunities for Sam to, succeed. It hasn't worked. We'll see what the new coach and the new GM and all that stuff they do with EB. I don't think he's done enough to kind of be like, look at me and go elsewhere. But, we'll definitely see. But look, we go ahead.
My bad. I want to say something about that, Sean. I do think EB saw something in Sam. The reason why he kept throwing, and at the beginning it was working. Like I really do. I think EB really saw. I'm not gonna say he was Pat Mahomes, but he saw the talent in this young man. And throughout the season, him getting hit and all this stuff, he lost it. You know, he wants to get that back. Like, hey, you know, I'm pretty sure he's right there with Sam. Is like, hey, do you not see this guy? You know what I'm saying? You would hit this guy back in week 3, week 4, but you're not doing it now. What's going on? He wants Sam to be that guy that he saw back in that Philly game, back in that Atlanta game, you know what I'm saying? So the Patriot game also. So he wants to see that, but it's not there no more. You know, he's lost his confidence, and I feel bad for the man. I really do. But I really do feel like EB sees a big potential in the guy, you know, and it's just, he just lost it, you know. But go ahead. My bad, Sean.
Let me add something to this. When I see EB call the game, like, to me, I think there's a flow, a natural flow in calling plays. Like, it's a natural flow. Like, there's almost like, if you understand the flow of the game, sometimes you're even like, okay, I know the next play that's going to be called. And I think he's almost trying to outsmart the defense by calling something totally out of whack that is not expected. But sometimes you just need to run the ball on 3rd and 1. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just
Right.
Like, he literally is like doing these. And I even accused Ron of this. Always trying, like, you always act like you're smarter than everybody else. Like, it's not like, you don't need to do that. Like, Ron, like, I feel, especially in free agency, Ron he always signs these players, and everyone's like, what the hell did you just, like, what are you doing? Even in the draft, what are you doing? But it's like he knows something that we all don't know. No, Ron,
No,
you are
don't.
some dumb shit, and this is not right. And EB does the same thing. And play calling. It's just, he's trying to outsmart the defense by doing something totally that's out of the flow of the game, and it just comes off idiotic. It comes off very, very idiotic.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.